So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the top 5 skills you need to get your first job as a Python developer on Upwork. So before we go into the video, I want to quickly say that this is actually for junior Python developers. So probably you learn Python and you have pretty decent Python skills, and you just want to get 1 or 2 gigs on Upwork. So I think this will be actually beneficial for you. So let's get into the video. So the first skill on my list is to learn how to use APIs. So this could be the YouTube API, the Facebook API, the Instagram API, Twitter, or the Twitch API. So it doesn't really matter the API, so long as just the API of a very popular social media platform, be a music streaming platform like Spotify, Boomplay, any kind of popular social media platform. Just learn how to use their API because this is how I actually got my first gig on Upwork. So the client actually wanted a Python script that takes in a string, like a search term, and then uses the YouTube API to actually extract the the video URLs and the description, and then upload them to Google Cloud Platform. So it was just as simple as that. And because I had experience with using the YouTube API, I actually got that gig. So I'll go to my Upwork account. Let me show you the particular gig and the job description. So let me just go to the last page. So this is the gig right here. Okay. So the client says, I'm looking for someone who can use the YouTube API to generate a large number of video URLs based on a certain criteria. So that criteria he was talking about here is the actual keyword that needs to go into the script. So my goal is to download a large number of YouTube videos based on the search criteria. So the end goal is to download them. So if I can get a link that downloads each video, that's what I am ideally looking for. If not, then I'm looking to retrieve the URL links to each video so I can use another tool to retrieve the download link and to download each of the video. So it was just as simple as that. So I developed a script using the YouTube API to extract these URLs. So actually the downloadable URL where you can click on those 3 dots and then download the video. So it was as easy as that. So like I think this paid, let me see. This paid $100. And this client actually hired me a second time and paid something higher than that. Let me just scroll down. Okay, so this was the second time he hired me for probably, I think it was very similar kind of, the workflow was very similar, and he paid $400 for this one. So learning how to use these APIs of popular social media platforms actually help you land your first actual gig on Upwork, right? So let's go to the second skill. So the second skill is web scraping. And I think that this is actually one of the most popular gigs on Upwork. Like if you go on Upwork and search for Python, you probably see more web scraping jobs than any other kind of jobs, right? So I think a lot of people now with the rise of AI, so many people need a lot of data to train on. So that I think that's why a lot of web scraping gigs are coming up. And also we have so many lead generation agencies that we need to extract data of maybe the lead of probably they're launching a SaaS product and need people to market to. So they will need leads like email, phone number, and the contact of probably the customer that they want to sell to. So they will require a web scraping expert to extract the data from websites. So I think web scraping is actually a pretty good skill to have as a beginner Python developer. So it can actually help you get your first gig on Upwork. So the next skill on my list, web automation. This is actually kind of similar to web scraping, but not really similar to web scraping because this involves a lot of interaction with a browser. So, and I believe that there are clients that actually pay a lot of money for web automation tools or web automation bots. Now, a client might require you to build maybe a web automation bot that helps him purchase the ticket immediately the ticket comes out. So by doing that, he will beat his competition who just uses the normal manual method. So that's why a lot of clients pay a lot of money for web automation tools and web automation bots. And some popular web automation tools that you can learn are actually Selenium or Playwright. I actually prefer Playwright because it's easier in my point of view. I don't know. Some people prefer Selenium, but I just prefer Playwright because it's actually easier and it has a particular feature where you can easily generate code without having to look for CSS selector or those kind of things on the network tab. So let me show you one of my web automation gig that I did for a client. Okay. Okay, so this guy says I'm looking for someone to write a desktop application that could run on the schedule, or maybe one that could run from the Google shared drive. That will open the browser, navigate to a page, enter a password, then go to a specific page in the software, make some runs, then run the reports on our business software, save the resulting downloadable file to a specified drive on my PC. So he attached a video. He said attach the video of the steps with the actual data upload. I will share more details when some candidates are shortlisted. So how I actually got this gig was I was already pretty decent with web automation at Playwright. And I actually did a few projects that involves web automation, like filling of forms, clicking, downloading, uploading from your desktop, downloading to your desktop, those kind of normal processes that you take on your system. So I'm already familiar with that and I already did a lot of projects like a few projects that involves those kind of actions. So I shared that with the client and he was pretty impressed and so he was like, okay, I think you can do the job. And he actually gave me the job and I actually delivered. So I think clients will pay a lot of money to automate their day-to-day jobs because it's actually kind of boring to them. They don't want to keep doing the same thing every day repetitively. So they prefer to just make a bot that will just do the whole thing. So to save them a lot of time and effort to just create a one-time bot that does it every day for them. I think web automation is one of the most sought after skills as a Python developer. Okay, so let's go back to the next skill. All right, so the next skill is technical writing. So if you are learning any of these skills, whether it's learning how to use APIs, web scraping, and web automation, I think you should be actually documenting these skills through Medium or your websites. This is important so you can show clients what you do. My documentation is actually either on Medium or YouTube or GitHub. So I think it's important to also write and show your code just in case you come across maybe technical writing gigs. So I actually got on a technical writing gig with one of the biggest scripting proxy providers. I'm not mentioning any, but one of the biggest. They compete with Bright Data and Proxy Max. They compete with those guys. So I got a writing gig with them because of what I wrote on my Medium article. So I think technical writing is also important as a Python developer and get you a lot of gigs. let me quickly share. Let me see if I have. Okay. Um, Trying to look for that particular gig. Okay, let me see. Okay. You said I'm looking for a Python developer with writing experience. So this guy actually pays like $200 per article. I think technical writing is one of the easiest ways to actually get a gig as a web developer. As long as you document your journey or your projects on Medium, I think that will actually suffice for any technical writing gig, right? And then the last but not the least is right, learning how to send proposals. I know this is not a technical skill, but it is actually very, very important. It's as important as the first four skills because without proposals, I don't think you'll be actually getting gigs on Upwork, right? I don't think so. So I think learning how to send proposals should be like a separate video on this one because it entails so many things. And for this video, I'm just going to be summarizing it, right? So what I do when I send proposals is I show clients that I can do the job instead of telling them I can do the job, right? So what I do is if I see a job that I know that is similar to some project that I've done in the past, what I do is I make a short clip, a short recording of how my own particular script works, and then I send it along with my proposal to the clients and say this is a video recording of how my script work, and I think it's similar to what you require, along those lines. And I just show them that I can do the job instead of telling a lot of stories that I'm a Python developer, I have solo experience, I can do this. I don't do that actually in my proposals. I just show them the work that I've done, and they are good with it, they hire me and I get the job done. So guys, those are the top five skills I think you will need as a junior Python developer to get your first gig on Upwork. So if you found this helpful, consider giving us a like and subscribe. I think that will mean a lot to me. So thank you. I'll see you in another video.